Life what? Life cycles of bacteriophage. See, the life cycle of bacteriophage comprises of just 5 steps. What and what? We have attachment stage, penetration stage, we have biosynthesis stage, we have assembly stage, and then we have lysing stage. Why am I call it? For this man to reproduce in its life cycle, when the bacteriophage is what, it has the opportunity to bind himself to a living bacterial cell. Immediately, this bacteriophage will experience the 5 stages of life cycle. What did I call the first one? I said attachment. Attach what? Attachment. What happened at attachment? The phage blind or attach himself to the bacterial cell wall. At attachment, the what? Phage blind to bacteria cell wall. Excuse me. So, the first stage of bacteriophage life cycle is what is attachment. The phage I use here means what? Bacteriophage. The virus will attach or blind himself to the what? Bacterial what? Cell wall. Let me draw the diagram. Attach himself to the what? Let me say, this is the phage. This is the phage. Yes, this is the phage. Yes. This is the phage. And on top of it, we have what? Genetic material. So, assume that at this level, we have a bacterial what? A bacterial cell here. A living bacterial what? Bacterial cell. Let me say this is a what? What? Bacteria cell. And here, say we have what? At the middle here, we have the bacterial genome. Genome means what? Genetic material. This is the nucleus of bacteria. Can be found here. And do you know one thing now? If this virus have the opportunity to what? To attach this, we have what we call attachment. We have attachment. So this virus, it will now come to this site. It will come, no attachment. Yes, the virus, it will now come to what? To this side. Can you see the virus here? So that is what? Attachment. So when the virus is what? Is attached, the next thing that will happen is penetration. What do I call it? Penetration. What happens to the penetration? The phage will what? Inject. The phage will what? Inject its DNA or RNA into the host. So when this get to this side now, what happened to the next stage? The next stage for the virus to undergo is what? To inject. Don't forget that is what? This is our what? By what? Bacteria. So, so at this level now, what will happen to the what? To this is we have what? DNA injection will occur. So the virus that is attached itself to the bacterial cell, this is a virus that attached itself to the what? To the bacterial cell. This virus now try to what? It will inject its genetic material we have here, it will inject it to what? To the cell. When it inject it to the cell, the target of it is what? It will now go into omit the genetic material of what? Of bacteria genome. But it will try to what? To go and make the genetic material of the what? Of bacteria. So when is what? Penetration. The phage injects its DNA to the what? Into the host. What happened after that? The next step that is happened, we call it what? Biosynthesis. By what? Synthesize. The biosynthesis means what? The host machinery. Host what? Machinery replicates. It will replicate the phage DNA. Replicate phage DNA and synthesize protein. Synthesize protein. So immediately the what? This thing gets into the what? Into the bacterial cell. This is the bacterial what? Cell. Bacterial cell. Get into to it. This DNA we what? We attach himself to the what? To genetic material of what? Of bacterial cell. When you get there, the biosynthesis will what? Will occur. The replication of what? Of this DNA that is, this is what? Don't forget, let me put DNA. This is DNA. This is what? DNA. So this is what? DNA injection. So when the DNA gets into the what? Into the cell, the next one we have replication will occur. So the replication of DNA take place inside the bacteria what? Bacteria cell. So, and this is what? The virus that attach himself to the bacteria. On getting to this surface now, this is genome that contains genetic material of what? Of bacteria. So when this DNA now gets into this place, I said the replication what? Occurred here. And this is replication occur. So it's as what? Biosynthesize. And the DNA that is attached here is one. It should now replicate to many. So this is what? The replicant what? The what? DNA. You can now call them what? A viral DNA inside the what? Bacteria cell. Bacteria what? Cell. So after replication of what? Of this, the synthesis. This really is what? Viral DNA, and this DNA now need to what? To synthesize to protein. When the synthesis occur, you will have what? A bacterial cell here again. The replication and synthesis, they are under by what? Biosynthesis. So when the synthesized biosynthesis what occurred here, this viral DNA, it will not lead to form another, it will not lead to form another this. Mhm. And after that, we are having so at this stage now, the synthesis of what? Of a bacteriophage what? Occur. So after this what? The biosynthesis, the next stage is assembly. We have what? As in what? Assembly. Assembly. The new phage particle are assembly each other. That what happen here. The new what? Phage particle assembly each other. So after this stage now, the next thing that is happen is what? The phage, they will assembly what? Each other. When they will assembly each other in the bacterial what? Bacterial cell. Don't forget that is what? This is our bacterial what? Bacteria cell. So at this level now, what will happen? The phage will assembly each other like this. The phage will assembly each other like this. The phage will assembly each other. Can you see it now? So at this stage now, the what? The phage will what? We assembly each other. So this stage we call it what? Self-assembling. So after that, the last stage of life cycle of what? Of bacteriophage is lysis. Is what? Lysis. What happened at lysis stage? The lysis stage was The last stage is what? Is lysis. What happened there? At lysis stage, the whole cell will what? Will burst. Lysis. At lysis stage, host cell burst and releasing new phages. So the next stage now is what? Is lysis. So if the next stage is what? Lysis, what do we have there? The uh, yes, it's lysis. The whole cell will what? Will burst. So when the whole cell bursts, it will release the what? The phages. So when the whole cell bursts, the phages will come out from the whole cell like this. The phages will come out from the whole cell. The phages will come out from the host what? Host cell. This is the phages. So the host what? Will burst and here I forgot to put their what? Their DNA inside. Their DNA inside. Their genetic material. So the bacteria cell burst and what happened? This will now come back to this site. So this is what? The life cycle of what? Of bacteriophage. This is the bacteria what? Bacteria cell. So if you are asked what? To explain the life cycle in summary of bacteriophage. Once again, the bacteriophage is a bacteria that infects bacteria is bacteriophage is a what? Is a virus that infects bacteria and reproduce within the bacteria. Any virus that in that bacteria and also replicates within the bacteria are called bacteriophage, and their life cycle comprises of 5 stages. The first one is what? When the virus have opportunity to attach to the what? To the bacterial cell, we have attachment. After the attachment, we have what we call what? The injection. It will inject its own what? DNA into the what? To the living cell. When the DNA get to the living cell, it will what? Hijack the machinery of the what? Of the living cell and replicate itself in a genetic material of the what? Of living cell. When it replicates itself, the biosynthesis is also what occur and produce DNA and what? And protein. So when it's what is replicate, the one DNA that inject can produce thousands of what? Of virus. So when it produces thousands of virus in the what? In the bacterial cell, the next thing that will happen is what? All the virus that is produced there, they will assembling themselves in this stage. After assembling themselves, the next thing is what? The lysis will occur, which simply means what? This breaking or splitting of the what? Of bacterial cell to release the new virus. That is all about the what? The life cycle of bacteriophage. We call this cycle what? Lysis stage or lysis life cycle of bacteriophage. So That is all about what? The representative of what? Of virus called bacteriophage.